Well, it is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Richland County, South Carolina. Just recently hit 400 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting. And in honor of that, I am doing a Q&A video. Everybody obviously saw the announcement a couple weeks ago when I asked you to put your questions in the comments section, and many of you replied. And I printed out all your questions, and here we are. So Bad Drivers of Southern Arizona, you got a whole page. I guess I'm just going to do like a speed round or something for you because I think you asked maybe 20 something questions, and like I said in the comments section earlier, you had to have that prepared somewhere. So I guess I'll just begin. I do not know the Muffin Man. My dream place to live outside of the United States would be Italy, maybe like one of those Amalfi coast towns like Positano or something like that. I think that would be cool. Dream car, Chevy Silverado 1500 High Country. Just beautiful piece of machinery. Who invented the car horn? I did not do my research. I just remembered that you put that in there. So I'm gonna do some research when I get back to my house, and I guess I'll put that in the comments. Favorite breed of dog? Golden Doodle. I have a Golden Doodle. It is a wonderful dog. Hypoallergenic, very well behaved, intelligent. Why did I name my car Terrence? I like alliteration with names, so Terrence, Toyota, both start with T's, and Terrence is just a pretty boss name. What was my first car? This is my first car. This is the first car I've owned, at least. I learned how to drive on my dad's 2005 Tahoe, and my mom also has that 2012 Acura that I feature in some videos. Let's see, what is my social security number? LOL. Mocha or caramel? I like caramel flavored drinks and caramel candies, and I know I say caramel weird because I'm from Maryland and we say a lot of things weird in Maryland. Arizona or Colorado? I like both those states. They are gorgeous. Arizona's pretty cool. I have some cousins there, so I've been there 3 times. We've gone to the Grand Canyon, Sedona, Phoenix, all over that state. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love Sedona. How far do I plan on taking this channel? I suppose as long as it continues to grow and get support. I mean, there's no sense in just like quitting right in the middle of anything. And yeah, I mean, as well as it's done in the last month, I think I've got like 230 subscribers in the last 4 weeks, so I'd feel like an idiot if I just decided to stop now. What is my favorite holiday? Thanksgiving, because delicious food and America and football. Dairy Queen or Baskin Robbins? I like Dairy Queen. I don't go to either of those very much, but Dairy Queen's good. My dad and I always used to get blizzards. Favorite music genre? Y'all hear what I listen to most of the time. Like 90s, early 2000s country is good. Classic rock, blues, a little bit of Motown and soul mixed in, reggae, but yeah, I'd say country is probably my pretty much my favorite. Have I been to Arizona? Already answered that question. Been there 3 times. Apple or Android? Apple. I have an iPhone. I'm on my second iPhone. I've always used iPods and stuff like that. Don't have a Mac though. Those are expensive, and I think the PCs, I use HP computers. Those give you some good features. Let's see. Olive Garden or Red Lobster? I love Olive Garden, actually. My family and I, we all go there for like birthdays and some holidays, or somebody's visiting from out of town. It's just a nice place to go, and we'll get the free salad and breadsticks. Those are absolutely delicious. But Red Lobster, I'll give it to them. They got those cheddar biscuits, and those are really good. Which state has the worst drivers, in my opinion? South Carolina or Maryland? So I've explained this a few times to people who have kind of asked, South Carolina, the people are just stupid. Like, these people literally just don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to control their cars. They don't know laws or courtesy and they just don't use their, like, eyes or anything like that. It's kind of ridiculous. In Maryland, it's very crowded. Everybody's in a big rush to get places. You know, it's one of the busiest, like, commerce centers in America. And everybody's just super aggressive and crazy. But the good thing about Maryland is most people at least know how to handle their vehicles. You know, I understand getting a little impatient every now and then, and I do that too. Obviously, y'all have seen that. But yeah, at least in Maryland, people know how to drive. They're just dicks. But yeah, so South Carolina, I believe, has the worst drivers. If I had to choose area outside of those two for the worst drivers, I've been to a lot of places. The San Francisco Bay Area, the people there suck. South Florida, like West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, the people there are insane. And obviously, New York is going to be a hot spot for bad drivers too. I mean, the people there are just dicks, and they also get people who don't know what they're doing up there. Let's see. How many states have I been to? Oh, that's a good transition. I've actually been to 40 of the 50 states. The states that I've not been to: Idaho, North Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois. I think that's it. Hopefully that was 10. Otherwise, I'm going to sound like a fool. What is my favorite song at the moment? That's pretty hard. I've been listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan a lot lately, and his song Texas Flood is just a genius song. I mean, the guitar work in that is above and beyond pretty much anything else I've ever heard, so I'll just go with that for now. Finding Nemo or Finding Dory? I had to say Finding Nemo. Haven't seen Finding Dory yet. I really want to, though. Just didn't get a chance. I love Ellen DeGeneres, and she voices Dory, so yeah, I should get on that. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Boy, I got no idea. 174? Which is the worst driver, a Camry or Prius driver? I'll go with Prius. I mean, considering how many dash cameras have Camrys, I think those guys are pretty decent drivers. And I've honked at a few Camrys, but I mean, Priuses, they're just entitled, and they think because they're saving the environment, they get to do whatever they want or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just clueless people go and buy that car or something like that. But yeah, Prius, definitely the worst. Toyota or Mercedes? I prefer Toyotas. I'm not a big fan of the German cars. Mercedes are decent. I mean, they look kind of nice, but I would never own one. And I love my Toyota. Like, this thing, it just gets the job done. Even if it's like a base level car, it does a good job. And plus, Toyotas and Japanese cars are so much more reliable anyway. Like, I know people who buy Mercedes or BMWs, and they have to take it to the shop 5 times in the first 5 months. It's ridiculous. I mean, it pays $60,000 for a piece of junk. Tea or soda? I like sweet tea. I'm from Maryland. Growing up, sweet tea is everywhere, so yeah. But soda, I love RC Cola too. I drink that all the time. Which Star Wars movie was my favorite? I guess The Phantom Menace. I mean, I've watched all of them. I like the new ones a lot too, but I don't know if I have an absolute favorite. I mean, I just really enjoyed watching them all. Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? I like Dunkin' Donuts. It's half the price for the same good tasting food, and I honestly don't even think the quality is a big difference either. yeah, Dunkin' Donuts got good flavors. And the donuts, obviously, Starbucks doesn't have anything close to the donuts that Dunkin' Donuts has. So yeah, Dunkin' Donuts is better. What is my favorite food? Well, since I'm from Maryland, again, I like steamed crabs. We eat steamed crabs all the time during the summer. We can catch them, or we can buy them. Put some Old Bay vinegar on them. It's delicious, nothing like it. That about wraps it up for Southern Arizona. So good on you for asking all those questions. You literally got a whole page, probably a quarter of all the questions that people ask. Bad Drivers of Central Arkansas. Who was the first dash camera I ever watched? So I started by watching those Russian car crash dash cam videos probably like 4 or 5 years ago. I just thought those were kind of funny. I mean, it sucks that all those people got in wrecks, but you know, it's just like people in Russia are just idiots. But then it popped up in my suggested videos section, Bad Drivers of Southern California. So yeah, he was the first one I started watching. I would check YouTube every few weeks, see if he posted something. And I didn't really know that anybody else made Bad Driver videos at the time. So yeah, I kept watching his, and then eventually I watched enough from Southern California that username called Halo Mastermind popped up in my suggested section. I was like, what is this? This doesn't really seem like it has anything to do with Bad Drivers. So I put that off for a couple weeks, and then I finally clicked on it once it kept popping up, and I was like, wow, this is probably one of the better decisions I've made in my life. But yeah, so Southern California was the first, then Halo, then probably Napa, and then I think I started looking around for videos from Maryland, so I found North Central Maryland, and then I decided just to make the channel in May, and yeah, that's how that worked out. If I had to sell the RAV4, what kind of car would I get? So based on my financial restrictions currently, if I had to sell the RAV4, I would probably look for like a late 2000s Tacoma, or maybe a late 2000s Acura TL sedan, or I guess if I could find a good deal on like a Silverado or something, but a small pickup would be nice, or like a sporty sedan would be kind of cool. If money was no issue, what would be my dream car? So I said a little bit earlier that I would love to have a Silverado High Country. I just love Chevy's design. I think all of their cars really are designed really well, and their reliability's gotten so much better in the past couple years. Their overall like initial quality is incredible, and since I learned how to drive on my dad's Tahoe, I love the feeling of being up high, just driving a big car. It's a lot easier to me than driving this small RAV4, even if the RAV4 is an SUV. Why does Arizona ask so many questions? Well, you know how it goes. Oh, another dream car that I want is the Chrysler 300. I don't know why, but I've always loved those cars. Even if it is kind of considered like an old person car, I mean, I just love the huge American engines. That thing floats. I got to test drive one the other day, which was really cool. I went up to the South Carolina Auto Show in Greenville, and it had the 5.7 liter Hemi engine in it, and it was a 300S, so yeah, it felt really good. It's super luxury inside. Yeah, I would no doubt get a High Country and a 300S or a 300C, something like that. Bad Drivers of New South Wales. Will I ever do a face reveal? I don't know. I mean, right now, absolutely not. I obviously don't know what I'm going to do in a year or 2 years or what. Or I mean, if this channel gains like a lot of popularity, like if I get thousands of subscribers, I probably want to remain anonymous. Yeah, just because, you know, if there's that many people viewing your videos and you don't know who's out there and what they're gonna do. Will I I ever visit Australia? I actually would like to visit Australia someday. I love traveling, but I haven't been to too many different countries other than like North American countries. I have cousins who went to Australia last year, and they said that it was like probably the best vacation they ever took. I think they spent 10 days out there. They went to Sydney and like near Brisbane and into the center, like Ayers Rock and stuff. I think I'd like to see Perth too, though. They didn't get to do that, but I would want to go over there. Bad drivers of Western North Carolina. Are you from Maryland and travel to SC or vice versa? I am from Maryland. I am born and raised in Annapolis, Maryland, or just outside of Annapolis, because I go to school at USC. And that, I mean, I suppose y'all need an explanation for why I just spend time in different states randomly. But yeah, so I go to South Carolina. That's why I'm in Columbia for most of the fall, winter, and spring, and then I go back to Maryland in the summer, and obviously for breaks and stuff too. Pardon me if I pronounce this wrong. Beyondact, I think that's how you say that. Asked, how much of a DIY man am I with my car? So I don't have too many aftermarket things on my car. I put in new headlights, new high beams, the new horn, and I installed those myself with the help of my dad, and I mean, that doesn't take too long. I don't really do any repairs or anything. I don't do oil changes or anything like that, because, you know, I don't mind taking it to a trustworthy guy that I have and paying a couple dollars just to make sure the job gets done right, because I'd hate to screw up something on my own car. But I do take really good care of the car. You know, wash it, wax it all the time, stuff like that. It's always in pretty much pristine condition. FK Games Hyundai Dashcam asked, do I have a dog? If so, what breed? Also, do I like Hyundais? Yes, I do have a dog. It's a golden doodle. It's a fabulous dog. It's like 3 years old now. Cute as can be. And I do love Hyundais. My grandma has a Hyundai Sonata, like a 2015. That's a really nice car. I don't know too many other people with Hyundais, but I mean, the quality of that brand has just improved so much in the past 10 years. Their designs are really good, and honestly, like, if I had to buy something other than an American car, I'd probably either buy a Hyundai or an Acura, or maybe like a Toyota truck. But yeah, the Hyundais are really sweet, and now that Genesis split off from them and they have their own like super luxury brand, those cars look really, really nice. And they got a V8 that they're putting in those now, which is cool. Louisiana Dashcam, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I love pizza? Mine is a 10. Well, yeah, I love pizza too. My dad's side of the family is originally from Long Island and Brooklyn, so yeah, I can appreciate a good Brooklyn style pizza. You know, true like New York quality. It's a way to go. You know, it's a shame though, in Columbia there's no real good pizza. At least in Maryland, like, you get some Italian people who've moved down from New York at some point. In Maryland or in South Carolina, there is no like authentic pizza. Yeah, it sucks. Bad drivers of Southeastern Pennsylvania. Did you ever hurt your wrist from hitting your horn too hard? I actually laughed when I read this for the first time. I haven't like legitimately hurt my wrist, but before I started dash camming, like, I got in a couple really close calls, like right before I started this channel, which is, you know, one of the reasons I wanted to start doing this. I was like, it's about time, because I just felt like I was gonna get in a wreck soon. And yeah, my wrist came out sore the next few days. But like the day before you put this question on the comments, my dad almost got in a wreck. Somebody ran a stop sign when he was exiting the freeway, so he was going pretty quick, and you know, this person just pulled out right in front of him. He said he hit the horn so hard he like sprained his wrist. So it's not impossible. Yeah. SomeNormalGuy 4. What's the worst driver I've ever encountered? Well, on Dashcam, I want to say it's that white Ford from the horn demonstration video that I put up in October. I mean, that guy cut off all 3 lanes of the road, stopped at a green light, didn't signal at all, and like didn't even budge when a bunch of people were honking at him. I'd never seen anything like that before. But I mean, everything worked out perfectly with that video because my windows were down. It was a pretty clear night. The horn was really loud, and other people joined in, and you know, I had the opportunity to honk for 14 solid seconds, which was pretty fun. The worst driver I've encountered before I started dash camming, a long time ago, we were on like a road trip and somebody just kept passing cars in like a no passing zone on a 2-lane road, and it was in the mountains, so it was pretty dangerous. We were going a little bit above the speed limit, but you know, like it's not like we were crawling along, and yeah, I think he risked a lot of people's lives that day. But that, I mean, that must have been 10 years ago.